thought to yourself that my family is super, super smart. And I know that there are other families out here building these empires, doing great things, and yet we can't seem to find our way. I'm going to give you a game plan that will help you build your family empire. So welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're checking us out on YouTube, appreciate you. Subscribe to the channel because we do wealth building and economic empowerment webinars and seminars and live streams all the time. If you're checking us out on Facebook Live, do me a favor. Share this over to your wall so that we can get more and more people involved, because guys, building an empire isn't easy, but it is incredibly simple. So I'm going to lay out for you a simple game plan that will help you build this family empire. So give me 1 second and we're going to get ready to rock and roll, because I'm going to go ahead and share this just a couple more times. I want you guys to do the same thing. Share the stream, guys, and let's let people know that we are live. We are going to lay out a game plan that is so simple that everybody in your family should be ready to get together and literally dominate from an economic standpoint. So we're going to lay out some principles and some things that most wealthy people already have in place. And I'm going to give you a simple game plan on how you can put those things in place for you and your family. So hopefully you were able to follow the instructions on the actual text, and you sent this information out to your family. Maybe you were able to pull 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 of your family members together, and you guys have come together to watch this live stream together. And hopefully you can create what's called a mastermind effect. When you get family together, you get 3, 4, 5, 6 people together, and they're thinking alike, and they're on the same page. That creates a mastermind effect. If you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks a great deal about the mastermind effect. So that's why we have to put away petty differences. We have to all just come to agree. We all know everybody's got a family business idea, but wait, why don't we just come together, build one family business first, and then we can use that to springboard to build all other family businesses and create a literal dynasty and a literal empire, guys. I'm super excited that you guys came to hang out. So let me blast this one last time and just let folks know that we are live, and then we're going to get right into it, man, because I'm not going to keep you long. I just want you to know that there's things that you can do as a family collectively that you can literally take yourself to another level, you and your family. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. So share one last time how to build a family empire from scratch. All right, guys, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about building a family empire from scratch, because I don't know if you've ever had a business, you and your family put business plans together, and you went to the Small Business Association and you tried to get a loan, or you went to the bank and tried to get a loan. You tried to get other family members to chip in and put a few dollars in here, put a few dollars in here, and create the capital that you need. And it's extremely difficult for us to get capital to build a family business. So what I'm going to lay out for you today is how you can build a family empire from scratch using the money that you currently make right now. All you have to do is come together collectively and say, you know what, this is a good model. It makes sense. It's something easy that we all can do. And we're literally going to take this thing to another level. So give me one quick second. Let me go grab my marker, and then we're going to get rocking and rolling. All right, guys, so understand this. Just a quick background about myself and who I'm representing for you guys today. And I don't want to take long, but I am an author, wealth strategist, entrepreneur, husband, father, youth basketball coach. I wear many hats, right? But one thing that has always been on my mind since I was a child is I've always wanted to figure out how to create a family legacy, how to create a family dynasty, and how to do things in my life that will make my great-great-grandchildren proud to bear my name, guys. And I figured out some strategies that are working for me and my family, and our empire is starting to come together. The foundation is laid, and now we're just stacking brick on brick on brick on brick on brick, and we're going to build this thing all the way through the sky, guys. I don't know about you, but my family deserves wealth. My family deserves to live in a lifestyle of abundance. Not that we want to be above anybody else or be better than anybody else, but we struggled for too many generations, and I figured out that all it takes is one person to make some major sacrifices, and then the whole family can be straight from the rest of generations all throughout history. Because one thing that we're going to talk about today is not only going to talk about the building of the empire, but we're going to talk about the intellect that you're going to need to be able to pass down along with that empire, so the children don't squander it and cause that empire to crumble. So like I said, I'm an author, wealth strategist. I've taught over 50 families in the last 18 months or so how to overcome debt, how to increase their cash flow on their job by $200 to $400 per month, how to set up their emergency funds, how to start investing in the wholesale market, guys. What I'm going to lay out for you is a real practical plan, and then it's going to put you in position to literally have every other business that you want to do springboard from that. So if you wanted to get into real estate, if you wanted to open up a restaurant, if you wanted to buy a hotel, what is the common denominator for all of those things? You got to have capital, right? And how is it that a working class person gets capital? Because the banks ain't lending, not to us. So you have to understand how to build from scratch. So that's what we're talking about today. I'm just trying to stall a little time and give the late comers a little bit more time to come on board. And again, share this if you're on Facebook Live, share it on your wall. If you are on YouTube, share the link to Facebook, to all of the other social media platforms, and people will be able to watch the live stream right inside whatever platform that you share it on. So that's what's cool about this particular technology. But let's talk about the team of people that I represent. It's called the Young Wealth Builders. We're a group of individuals from all walks of life, some young, some younger, right? We're young wealth builders. We're not old wealth builders. And basically, we've come together and we began to understand a handful of things. That wealth starts in the mind. But if you don't understand how to connect with people who are on the same page, sometimes you get frustrated on your journey to build wealth, especially if you happen to be walking that journey alone. So we want to help you understand that this community is a place that you can come into and really start to learn wealth building principles, and you get the encouragement to implement these strategies. And also you're around a group of people who are going to hold you accountable, because we're going to recognize your talent and we're not going to let you slack. We're going to recognize, we're going to lift you up, we're going to build you up, we're going to encourage you to keep pushing when things don't seem like they're going your way. So we've got a couple of goals that we're set out to achieve, and we're actually on pace to hit those goals. In the next 6 months or less, we're going to help 1,000 families overcome the struggle of living paycheck to paycheck. You guys know the stats: 3 out of 4 people are living paycheck to paycheck right here in America, one of the richest countries on the cotton picking planet, but people are struggling every day, right? So we're gonna help 1,000 people overcome that challenge of living paycheck to paycheck. And studies show that literally an extra $300, $400 a month will keep 65% of the people who file bankruptcy from having to make that decision. So we're not talking about needing a whole lot of money. We're talking about not getting rich quick, but building wealth deliberately, right? Not getting rich quick, but building wealth deliberately and building it from scratch, because that's what it's going to take. Nobody's getting any capital. I don't know about you guys, but there's not an inheritance coming from me. I was raised by a single mom. I'm the 4th of 6 children and literally grew up on welfare. So what drove me to find the true keys to wealth and success was coming from that background, being in the house that had no heat for 6, 7, 8 months at a time, right? We're boiling water on hot plates to heat up, to take a warm bath, to wash dishes and things of that nature. That's the struggle that I've come from. right? Weeks on end with no electricity. And here's what's funny about that, guys. Even though that's how we came up, there was something about our little close-knit family that I'd have tons of friends come over and we're all sitting around the counter, right? They're enjoying my company and we're in the house with no electricity because there was just something about the presence that my mom instilled in us. Even though we were extremely broke, there was something about the way she trained our mindset that we just knew that that was just a temporary situation and that we was ultimately going to overcome. I've had friends spend the night, guys, and boil water with us to take a warm bath because they wanted to be around us. Because even though we were in a negative situation, we've always been a very positive and upbeat family. And people gravitated to us for that, but we struggle. But here's one thing you have to understand about being broke. It's just temporary. Poor is more of a permanent mindset. So if you got a poor mindset, this probably is not the webinar for you. It's probably going to go over your head because you're not going to be able to see. And then once you do see, you're not going to be willing to take the action step to actually make a change. But that's a little bit about myself. That's where I come from. But we're talking about building wealth from scratch. Why do working class people struggle? So I'm talking about people who work 5, 6, 7 days a week, sometimes 1, 2 jobs, 8, 12, 16 hours a day. Why do they struggle? It's because the way the money game is set up here in America, and they don't understand how the game is really played. What do you mean by the money game? It's simple, guys. The system is all about taxes, inflation, debt, and big business. If you don't understand how those entities are playing the game and how the way they play the game affect your outcome in the game, then you will be in a massive, massive, massive amount of trouble. But I'm going to break it down to you today and let you know how you can overcome the challenges, learn the rule of the game so that you can play the game to win. And then we're going to talk about how you can build this family empire, how you can come together as a family using the strategies that I'm going to outline for you today, and take these strategies and literally in 30, 60, 90 days, you can be pushing 5 figures based on the information that I'm going to share with you today. And then you continue to bring more and more of your family involved and let them know that, hey, here's what we've always needed as a family to go along with our talent, to go along with our intellect. For the most part, it's the financial education, the skills on how money really works and how to really manage money to get you where you want to be as a family. So we're talking about building a family empire from scratch. We talked about some of those entities that are keeping you from there. So since building an empire is the goal, that's the main objective, then you got to understand that what are you going to do to get you there? Right now, most of us are in a situation where we're using labor to take care of our current lifestyle, right? Right now, most of us, if you're working a job here in America, 3 out of 4 people are living paycheck to paycheck. We already established at the beginning of the webinar that it's going to take capital to build your empire, right? But if you're living paycheck to paycheck, where does that capital come from? Right? So stick with me and I'm going to show you exactly where that capital can come from. And all you have to do is plug in and we'll help you understand how to properly manage that capital to build that empire from scratch, because that's what it's going to take. Nobody's giving us any handouts. And if you're the type of person who are waiting for the handout, you're on the wrong webinar. I'm looking for people who are serious about building that family empire, who understand that it's going to take daily action steps to make that happen. And then I'm going to give you a blueprint that you can print out, that you can watch, and that you can study, and you can just plug people in. Okay, here's one person that goes in that's going to handle this step of our empire building process. I'm going to plug this person in right here. They're going to handle this part of our empire building process. But the reason we typically can't do that is because we don't have a blueprint. Guys, a blueprint is what we're missing. And I'm going to show you how to first acquire the capital that you need, how to build that capital from scratch, and then the blueprint from there will help each and every member of the family. If you're serious about taking these action steps to build your empire, we're going to talk about how this whole thing can be mapped out and laid out so that everybody's winning. Because I know if you're on this webinar, you're the person who I'm talking about, because you've thought to yourself that there's no reason our family isn't wealthy, because you're looking at uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, nephews, nieces, and you're looking at just a wealth of talent, but you don't understand how to capitalize on that talent. You're looking at all of the college graduates, everybody's got the street knowledge, and you're looking at all of these intelligent people in your family, and you're saying to yourself, man, there's no reason that we're not wealthy, right? The reason is you don't understand fully how the money game is played, how it's played against you, how you're participating, but you're participating on the wrong side. So we're talking about building an empire from scratch, all right? Most of us are working a day-to-day job, and that's taking care of our current lifestyle. We also know that there's gonna become a day where we no longer want to work, we can't work, no longer want to buy an employer to work, but we still gonna need an income, right? When are you gonna never not need an income? The day you die. It's the only time you're not gonna need an income. Some people say, well, you need an income then to bury you. No, not me, because when I'm dead, I'm not concerned about how I'm gonna be buried. I'm dead. You can set me on fire and cast me into a river somewhere. Doesn't matter to me. So I don't need an income the day that I die. But as long as you're living on this earth, you're gonna need some sort of income. And for the most part, that income should come from your investments. But again, if most of the people in this country are living paycheck to paycheck, where is the money coming from in order for them to invest? It's not, right? Most people are struggling just to eat, just to pay bills, just to have a place to lay their head. The last thing on their mind is investing for their future. And that's where we're falling. That's why we're falling further and further behind. That's why the wealth gap is steady widening, because every time we're bringing children into this world from that place of struggle, it's costing them, and they're having to start from ground zero, generation after generation after generation. But if you're like me, you're saying to yourself, the buck stops here. I'm going to keep searching until I find the right blueprint, the right information that's going to get me where I want to go. Now, it may not be with me today. This may not be it, but you got to keep looking because it's out there. How do I know it's out there? Because wealthy people are out there. They know something that we don't know, and all we got to do is figure that out. Now, for me and mine, I believe that we've already figured that out, all right? And we're laying a solid foundation for us to build upon, my wife and I, for the next 40 years, and then for our children to build upon it for the next 80 years, and their my grandchildren to continue to build on that thing. So I'm talking about building skyscraper type empires based on some foundational principles that you got to get with if you're serious about building an empire at all. So we talked about the two objectives that we're trying to get. We're trying to eat today, we're trying to eat tomorrow. Ultimately, we're trying to build a family empire, but we're trying to figure out where's the capital going to come from to make this happen. We've got the talent, we've got the smarts, we've got the desire, we've got the will, we've got the discipline, but we're lacking the capital. So I'm going to share that with you where you can get the capital to really start building this empire. But understand this, when it comes to building a family empire, you first have to understand what's holding you back before you can sometimes get to the place where you can overcome and really start to move forward. So there's 4 things that's holding you back from building your empire. In fact, these 4 things are causing you to build somebody else's empire. Day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. And when you understand these things, then you can say, wait a minute. Let me stop building somebody else's empire and start building my very own empire. Challenge number 1, inflation. If you do not have an answer for inflation, and you, like most Americans, make 100% of your income from a job source, then understand if inflation is moving at the rate of 5, 6, 7% per year, nobody's giving you a 5, 6, 7% raise on your job to keep up with inflation. So you're constantly going to be falling further and further behind. You've got to understand that. You've got to have an answer for inflation, or ultimately the cost of you living your day-to-day life will continue to be a challenge for you, and you will never have any capital to start building that family empire. But we got an answer for inflation for you today. All right, so hang with us. Second challenge is taxes, right? The system is designed that those who work jobs pay the most taxes. Point blank, period. Uncle Sam gets his off the top, and he don't care what you do with the rest. But he's taking anywhere from 28 to 33% off the top, leaving you to fend for what's left. And what's funny about that is, if I make $50,000 a year, I'm taxed right about $15,000. So I bring home 35. The minute I go to finance a car, finance a house, what do they ask me? They ask me what the gross amount that I make is. So I'm getting financing based on $50,000 when I'm only bringing home $35,000. So the game is rigged, guys, but at the same time, it's fair. I'm gonna tell you how it's fair in a minute. So taxes is the second challenge that you have to overcome. If you don't have an answer for taxes, inflation is getting you, now taxes is getting you, you're just falling further and further behind. It kind of reminds me of that meme I put up on my page the other day where it says I'm out here getting financially jumped. And it shows me laying on the ground when the rent man is punching me in the head and the light man is punching me in the head. Then you got your the car note guy kicking me in the butt. So that's where we are, because we don't understand how the money game is played. And as a result, we're not building a family empire for us, but best believe we are building a family empire. We're just building it for somebody else, right? Challenge number 3 is debt, typically caused by challenge number 1 and challenge number 2. When the cost of living continuously rises and your wages have flatlined, Uncle Sam is still getting his taxes off the top, and taxes are continuing to increase. You typically end up going to finance your lifestyle on a credit card. You're financing with a auto lender. You're financing with a bank for a mortgage. You're financing it with some other lending institution to finance your furniture. You're even financing groceries because you're swiping your credit card to eat. Guys, debt is a direct opposition to your wealth. Every dollar that you're spending, that you're paying interest on, is a dollar you're not earning interest on as an investment. And when you understand that debt is the enemy of your wealth, just like any other enemy that approaches your family, you're going to attack that enemy with a vengeance. But here's the problem. We've been socially engineered to believe that debt is just a way of life and there's no way around it. That's why we don't see it as the enemy of our wealth. But I'm telling you today, listen closely, debt is the enemy of your wealth. Now that you know that, then you have to attack your debt with a vengeance, because that money that's going to the bank for the mortgage, to the auto lender for the car, to the rental places, the rent-to-own places for the furniture, the payday lending institutions, all of that stuff, that's money that's supposed to be used to build your empire. So when you understand that, you stop letting that money get away from you. You stop getting into debt and you start attacking the existing debt until it's gone. And then the fourth challenge that you have to overcome is the challenge of big business. Guys, companies spend billions of dollars to understand how a particular color on the wall affects your buying habits. They spend billions of dollars to figure out what light to put in their building to make you part with your money a little bit easier. They spend billions of dollars to determine which colors induce you to feel hungry. So when you're riding down the street and you see that red and yellow at McDonald's, the red and yellow at Wendy's, the red and yellow at Burger King, makes you hungry, right? They researched that. So the game is not fair because they have billions to spend on how to separate you from your money, but you don't have billions to spend to acquire the knowledge to keep your money from them. So the game is rigged in that sense. But again, I'm gonna talk a little bit later about how the game is fair. So problem is we work our jobs day in, day out. And most of the time, because we're living paycheck to paycheck, what does it feel like? It feels like we're only working our jobs just to pay bills. And when you're only working just to pay bills, any chance you get to celebrate just a little bit, you tend to go overboard, right? I've been there. Guys, I've spent the mortgage on Christmas for the kids, right? I've spent the mortgage on outfits for the 4th of July. Didn't know any better. You know why? My kids deserve to have better. But I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm living just to pay bills. And when you do that long enough, every now and then you just say to hell with it. I'm not paying no bills. I'm gonna go do my thing, right? But knowing that, you know it's gonna cost you in the end, but sometimes that helps you keep your sanity. But we're gonna talk about some solutions to overcome these challenges, guys, because that's no way to live, right? In fact, that's not even living. That's just surviving. That's why you're here. You want to know how to build a family empire so you can get beyond the survival mode and start getting into the living mode, living your life, guys. Your children living their life, living out their dreams, chasing their dreams instead of being forced to chase a dollar, right? That's what we want to get you guys. So give me 1 second to take a quick drink. I'm going to come out of this jacket, man, and we're going to go to the board. I'm going to show you how this thing can be turned around in a heartbeat. All right, guys, so check this out. Here's the deal. We're talking about building wealth from scratch. If you're just joining us, I am your man, H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. I'm an author, wealth building strategist, entrepreneur, home-based business consultant. I do a lot of different things, but my whole goal is to bring economic development and economic viability to my community. But guess what? You can't develop a community economically without capital. You can't develop that community without first empowering the people in that community. So that's why I do these workshops. That's why I do the videos that I do. If you've seen my fan page, if you've seen my YouTube channel before, you know I'm always giving some information that's going to try to empower people, lift their financial IQ so that they can get their personal finances in order so they can take their lives to another level. So we talked about the 4 challenges that are keeping you broke, that are keeping you from acquiring or accumulating the capital that you need to build a family empire. There's some certain things that have kept you from that. We talked about inflation being one of them, taxes, debt, big business, how they manipulate and do all they can to part you from your money, right? All of those things challenge you, but you have to understand that we've got choices. Now, I know we've all come up in a public school system for the most part. Some of us went to private schools, but they're all funded by big business. So what big business funds the educational system to do is to teach you how to become an employee, right? Let's talk about some of the choices that you have, right? So, and I invested. Guys, in this country, we have 3 ways to earn money in America. And hopefully you can see my board. It looks like the light is glaring on it a little bit. So I'll tell you what I'm writing at the same time. But do me this favor, though. Understand that my board does not have spell check, guys. I have become so reliant on spell check that I can't spell anything. And some of you guys may be snickering because you've seen some of my posts and you're like, dude, you can't even spell and you're talking about teaching somebody about some money, right? I've really become reliant on spell check. So if I misspell something on the board, please charge it to my head. Don't charge it to my heart. It's just, you know, I need spell check for my board. But we're going to talk about the 3 ways that you can make money in America. You can make money through a job. We talked about 95% of Americans make 100% of their money in the W-2 category. Why is that important to know? Because the way that you make your money in this country determines how you're taxed in this country. You've heard people talk about getting in the right tax bracket, and they usually speak of that from the standpoint of an amount of income, right? But it's not amount of income, it's how the income is earned. So when you earn your money through a W-2, you are taxed the most. I didn't write the system, I didn't come up with it, I just understand that that's the truth. And because it is, if you choose to make all of your money through a W-2, you're choosing to be taxed the most. Employees are taxed anywhere from 28 to 33%. 28 to 33%. And that's just income tax, guys. That doesn't include real estate tax, personal property tax, depending on the state you live in, state tax. We're talking about gas tax, school tax, all of that kind of stuff, guys. So when you finish being taxed as an employee, it could be 50, 60, 70% sometimes. But understand that if you make all of your money through a job, then you're choosing to pay the most in taxes. All right. Second way you can choose to make money in this country is through a 1099 or a business. How many of you guys know that all wealthy people have some sort of business or own business systems in order to make most of their income, right? The reason is because the net effect of a business from a tax standpoint, when they finish with all that deductions or write-offs and all of that kind of stuff, is 18 to 23%, right? Big difference from 28 to 33%. So when you understand that, then would it not make sense for you to figure out how to incorporate some sort of business on your in your empire building process, right? Because I can guarantee you this: you're not going to save your way to wealth. Robert Kiyosaki said it best that savers are losers. Now I realize that's a double entendre because I'm not calling you a loser if you're trying to save your way to wealth. Savers are literal losers because the value of the dollar is dropping daily. So if you're saving money, whether you got it under a mattress or whether you got it in some sort of institution, saving money at 1% interest rate and the rate of inflation is 4%, you're losing money if you're saving. So that's why he says savers are losers, and I agree with that. But understand, incorporating some sort of business will help you a great deal in your empire building process. So families, come together. Think about what it is that you guys do well, what it is that you do better than most, because that's where your empire is. All right. And then last but not least, investors. Investors pay less than 15% in taxes. Again, big jump, big jump. So you got to understand that how you decide to make your money in America determines how you get taxed in America. Employees are taxed the most, business owners are taxed a little bit less, investors are taxed the least. Why is that? Because an employee is not bringing anything to the table from the system's eye. It's from the system's viewpoint. You're actually leeching off the system, so they tax you the most. The business owners are bringing what to the table for the system? They're bringing employees, right? So the businesses get tax breaks. What is the investors bringing to the table from the system's viewpoint? The investors are bringing the capital so that the business can expand. When the businesses expand, they hire more employees. The more employees there are, the more the system can tax. So when I say the game is rigged, but at the same time it's fair, it is, because you can choose to be a business owner. You can choose to be an investor, despite the fact that the school system kind of funnels you into a job, right? So that's important for you to know and for you to understand. So if you're just tracking with us, I'm gonna give you a quick recap and then we're gonna move on so I can help you understand how you can free up the capital you need to build this family empire, right? First of all, we talked about the objective. What is the objective? We're talking about building a family empire. That's the objective, right? Most of us are using our labor to bring money in, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a job, even though you're being taxed the most. We have jobs, but we're just not satisfied. We want more. You wouldn't be on this webinar. When you saw the title of this webinar, Build a Family Empire, if you didn't want more for you and your family, you would not be giving me or investing your time with me. So you want more. So we're going to help you understand how to get more and how to build more. And we're talking about building an empire from scratch, right? Now we're talking about the challenges that are keeping you from accumulating the capital, right? What are those challenges? Inflation. The cost of living seemingly goes up day by day. But we know in actuality, it's not the cost of goods going up, it's the value of the dollar going down, right? Challenge number 2 is taxes. Uncle Sam is going to get his, and if you work in a job, 95% of Americans make 100% of their income through a job, so they're taxed the most. Philosophy of a person with a job says this: I work, I pay taxes, and I try to spend on what's left, right? So that's your philosophy when you're working a job only. Then challenge number 3 is debt. When the cost of living continues to go up, Uncle Sam is taking a third of your check, then basically you end up going to finance your car, finance your house, finance your furniture, finance your education or your kids' education, because that's just the society that we're living in. They're trying to socially engineer us to stay in debt, because as long as you got debt, you will continue to work. See, that fiat currency is worth nothing if it's not moving. So as long as it's moving, I go to job, the job pays me, I take that pay, I pay some of my bills, I buy some groceries, the money is gone, so I have to go back to the job because my bills aren't gone, they're still there. I work, I make some more money, job gives me another check comes to me, I pay my bills, check goes to the bank lends the money. So as long as it's moving, it's all good. But you gotta understand, there is a way to live your life without debt. I'm gonna show you how to get there, right? And then challenge number 4, big business. We're talking about they spend billions of dollars to understand your psychology so they can better and more efficiently and more effectively separate you from your money so that you can build their empire instead of building your own empire. So now we're gonna talk about the 3 solutions that will help you overcome these challenges, and I promise you it's going to free up so much money. But here's the deal. We're talking about building a family empire, right? I can show you how to free up $1,000 from the money that you're making right now, right? But is $1,000 going to build your empire? No. But what if you get 5 family members together, 10 family members together, 20 of your family members together, and I show each one of you how to free up that same $1,000 on a monthly basis? Now you got $20,000 a month. We're talking about building a family empire. I'm not playing, guys. This is some serious stuff. If you're serious, if you're willing to take some action steps, I'm gonna give you the game. And guess what? Where I come from a small town in St. Louis known as Wellston. Where I come from, they say the game is sold and not told, right? But here I am violating the rules, giving you the game for free. Right? But you got to be ready to take some action. So let's talk about those solutions. How can you free up that money? Number 1, you got to understand that as a job, working your job only, you're taxed the most. So the first thing that you're going to do is flip your cash flow from negative to positive. Guys, I'm one of those guys who was living paycheck to paycheck, hurting. When I first learned this information, I was 5 months behind on my mortgage in foreclosure. Couldn't file bankruptcy because I had just filed bankruptcy 2 or 3 years prior. So I was hurting. So I know what it means to be hurting and have to look in the face of your children. And when they ask you for something, you have to constantly tell them no. Not because they don't deserve it, but because you can't afford it. And I know that's a hurting feeling, right? That's why I want to help you build a family empire. So if you decide to tell your children no, it's not because that you can't afford it, it's because you don't want them to have it. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that picture. But to constantly tell them no because you can't afford it, that means you have to get up, get out, and get something, do something different. Surround yourself with different people so you can go to a different level. So we're talking about people who, most of us, 3 out of 4, live in paycheck to paycheck. That simply means you're in a negative cash flow cycle. How do you get out of it? First, before we tell you how to get out of it, what is a negative cash flow cycle? That's when your lack of money costs you money. Well, how is that? Give you an example, right? My rent is due on the 5th of every month. My paycheck comes on the 7th of every month. I just make a habit of paying my rent late on the 7th instead of the 5th. What comes with that payment when that happens? A late fee. So I'm paying my regular rent plus a late fee because I don't understand cash flow management. I just budget in an extra $150 a month to pay my rent. Silly, right? But that's how we live because we don't understand cash flow management. You live in a negative cash flow cycle. I check to check, sometimes check to Monday. I'm swiping a credit card or a debit card on Thursday, hoping that the bank don't make that transaction happen until I get paid on Friday. What happens? They make the transaction at 11:59 instead of 12:01, and I'm hit with 3, 4, 5, 6 overdraft fees because I went over my account by a penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies. Now I get $30 worth of gas and I pay $150 for $30 worth of gas. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. I've been there. I know what working class people go through when they struggle. I know why you're struggling. That's why I'm giving you the game, so you can come out of that struggle, so we can build empires, so we can rebuild our community, so we can start living once and for all and stop just surviving. But it's going to take some action steps from you. You're going to have to get off your butt and do something different. And if your family don't want to build this empire, then connect with the Young Wealth Builders. We will help you build the empire and you can become a part of our family. But we're talking about building a family empire from scratch, because there's no inheritance coming. Don't keep wasting your money on the lottery. You're not going to get no loan from no bank. It just ain't happening. You got to build your empire from scratch, and you can do it. You just got to understand where your money is going and how to flip your cash flow from negative to positive. What is positive cash flow? That's when your abundance of money saves you money. It's simple. I walk into a car lot, they want $30,000 for the car. I got $24,000 cash. Are they gonna let that $24,000 leave the car lot, or are they gonna let me leave the car lot with that car? My abundance of money saves me money. Not only did it save me $6,000 on that initial transaction, but because I had the money, I didn't have to finance the car, so now I don't pay interest. So it actually saved me more than $6,000. We're talking about getting you to a place where you can live like that, so you're not borrowing money and financing your entire lifestyle. So we're going to flip your cash flow from negative to positive. How do you do that? Number one, it starts with taxes. 8 out of 10 people, when they got their job, they got set in a room by HR and they were told to fill out the W-4 form. 8 out of 10 people have no clue what this form means. They didn't even read it to try to understand it. They just remember somebody told them to put 1 or 0 and keep it moving. They put 1 or 0 and kept it moving. As a result, they're overpaying taxes. So we have 3 strategies. So in 3 months or less, we're going to help you free up some additional capital. Again, we're talking about 8 out of 10 people can free up anywhere from $200 to $400 per month using this one strategy alone. So we're talking about revisiting your W-4 form. Again, my boy don't have spell check. I don't have my eraser with me. So W-4 form. If you fill that thing out correctly, chances are you'll get an increase in your take-home pay on your job just with that one strategy. Again, I was one of those guys who was on my job 10 years when I learned this. I had seen the W-4 form 2 times. First time I saw it when I got here. Second time I saw it is about 5 years in. I kept owing the state, so I filled it out again and had the state take even more money out of my check because I didn't want to owe at the end of the year. So in 10 years, I saw that form twice. If you look at the top of the form, it tells you revisit this form every year or when your financial or family situation changes, right? Some people fill that form out once, been on a job 15 years, had a couple children, got married, got divorced, created some investments. All of that stuff affects that form and the amount of taxes are withheld from your job. So that's important to know. Most people, when they partner with us and start really trying to free up the cash that they need to build their family empire, can create $200 to $400 per person. Now, what if you're a married couple? That's $200 to $400 per person. So you're talking about $400 to $800 a month coming back into your household. What if you and 10 of your family members did this? Now you got extra money to start working on the family empire. This is what we're talking about, guys, but you got to understand how the money game is played. That's strategy number one. Adjust your W-4 form. What do you do with that extra $200 to $400 that's coming in every month? You don't go buy a new bag with it, ladies. Fellas, I know they got the rent-a-round spots popping up all over the country. You don't go rent no new rounds with it. You take that money and you start getting rid of your debt. All right, we done financed our lifestyle and that's cool. You got to this place because you were socially engineered to be exactly where you are. No one told you any different. So it's not 100% your fault. But after today, if you continue to live in this way and next year you're in the same spot you are today, after you learn how to get from that spot, it's only because you want to be there. right? Hope I ain't step on nobody's toes. I know y'all all here because y'all want to build a family empire and you understand that, but it's only because you want to be there after today. So you take that extra $200 to $400 a month and you eliminate your debt. Get rid of it. Starting with credit card debt, because that hits you the hardest because it's revolving. All right. Even if you're paying your credit card off every month, they're waiting on you to slip up 1 month because they know how quickly a snafu, you get sick, miss a few weeks at work. Now you go from paying it off every month to paying a minimum payment. And then that interest just compounds. We know interest is the eighth wonder of the world, right? We see it that way when we're earning compound interest. But guess what? We don't see it that way when we're paying compound interest. I told you, debt is the enemy of your wealth. And if you're not willing to kick it in the face, you'll never be wealthy. All right. So take that extra $200 to $400 a month, eliminate your debt. Then what's the third strategy? You got to understand where your money is going, and you got to minimize your expenses. I don't care if it's something as serious as a cigarette habit or just paying $8 a month for Netflix and you don't even know how to turn Netflix on your TV. Just let them take $8 from you every month. Again, I'm not telling you what I heard, telling you what I know. I was paying about $100 a month in subscriptions that were automatically being drafted from my account for stuff I wasn't even using. Right? If I had the time, I'll go into my financial calculator and show you what $100 a month at 8% rate of return will do for you in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Don't take a lot to get wealthy. It takes more sense than it actually takes money. But we refuse to pick up a book. We refuse to attend a webinar like this. Not talking to you guys because you guys are here. But you got to start getting your financial IQ up if you're ever going to build a family empire. And why we're starting with money. I know some of you thought that I was going to come and tell you about a business or something like that. If you don't understand money, you can build an empire today and it'll be gone tomorrow, because the people who do understand money will come and get you when they understand you've got something worth getting. And they'll swindle you out of it if you don't understand the money game. So strategy number one, cash flow management. You got to get your money back from Uncle Sam. You got to then get your money back from the bank. So complete your W-4 form correctly. Get that $200 to $400 back. Use it to eliminate your debt. I don't care if it takes you 2 years, 10 years, whatever. Get rid of your debt, because at the end of the day, you go into your job, you're making the same money, but all of a sudden you don't have a car note no more, but you got a decent running car. You don't have credit card debt no more, but you still got access to that capital if you so need it. You don't have a furniture loan no more. You're not dealing with payday lending institutions no more. You're on the right side of your cash, so you're not paying those late fees anymore. You don't need to go deal with the payday lending institutions anymore, right? I said that twice because I'm not telling you what I heard, I'm telling you what I know. Because I've been there. I've been there. I know how working people struggle and why they struggle. That's why I'm telling you how to get out of that struggle. So when you got that issue gone, and we're talking about building a family empire, you get 10, 12, 15, 20, 30 of your family members on this program. Now everybody's bills are paid by the 15th, and the 30th, everybody got $3,000 or $4,000 left. What happens if you start putting $1,000 a month together? Huh? That's how you build a family empire from scratch. You don't need no loan. You just need to know what to do with the money that you're already making. That's what we're going to show you how to do that. So you got to get your money back from Uncle Sam, get your money back from the banks, and your expenses, guys. Go through your bank statements for the last 90 days and look where your money is getting away from you, right? Who else is like me? I take my lunch to work. Somebody say, man, you want to go grab a bite to eat? Yep. Got a lunch in my desk. Go spend money on the lunch. That lunch goes bad and I throw it away. Did I throw some lunch away? No, I just threw some money away. But we're not looking at it like that because we're not trained to think like that. All right? So this is what we're talking about, building wealth from scratch, but you got to understand where your money is getting away from you. All right? So that's the deal. That's strategy number one. Cash flow management. Flip your cash flow from negative to positive. You got to get there one way or the other. For us, this is the absolute best way to do that thing. That's just, you know, how we see it. All right. So Strategy number 2, we talked about it at the beginning of the program, that every wealthy person owns some sort of business system, or is involved in some sort of entrepreneurial endeavor, and that's the catalyst that they use to start building their wealth. See, there's 3 ways to get wealthy in America, guys. You can either buy wealth, you can either build wealth, or you can steal wealth, right? And I know I'm on a public forum, right? But it's true. Wealth is either bought, it's either built, or it's stolen. Now, we're not here to talk about stealing no wealth, but we are here to talk about building it from scratch. Just taking the little pennies that I got right now. And I'm not going to worry about what they's doing over there. I'm not going to worry about what they doing over there. I'm going to rally my troops, me and my family, and we just going to get this thing right together. That's all I'm talking about. That's what I'm trying to teach y'all. This is what I've done with my family. Say, hey, we just need to rally the troops right here, in this circle right here. I don't care what that family is doing over there. I don't care what that family is doing over there. But we just going to get right here and get our money right together, get our financial knowledge right together, and we're going to build this empire one brick at a time, right? So you have to understand business. Why? Because when you start a business, now you get access to the #1 wealth building tool in all the world, and that's the United States tax code, right? There's 2 tax codes written. There's a tax code for the individual, and there's the commercial tax code, the tax code written for businesses, right? The tax code written for individuals is like this, right? Tax code written for businesses is like this. Simple few sets of rules, right? And why is that important? It's because we talked about getting your money back from Uncle Sam by adjusting your W-4 form. On page 2 of the W-4 form, there's another adjustment you can make because you have a home-based business. Why are we talking about a home-based business? Because we don't have the capital to do anything else. We just established that we all live in paycheck to paycheck, 3 out of 4 people. And we're not talking about low-income people. We're talking about people who make good money. But guess what? They drowning in debt. They overtaxed. They don't have an answer for inflation, and big business is eating them up too. They just broke at a higher level. But I want you to understand how to get this right. You start a business because on the second page of the W-4, you can adjust it to account for your business, and you can reduce your tax liability even further. Bring even more money up your paycheck. Put more money back into your paycheck, right? Secondly, once you have a home-based business, a lot of the expenses that you are paying right now become legitimate tax-deductible expenses. What are we talking about? Most of you guys got cell phones. Some of you guys are watching this from your cell phone right now. You're going to pay that cell phone bill whether you got a business or not, right? Most of you got internet services. If you're not watching on a cell phone, you're watching on a laptop or tablet, and you're probably linked into a Wi-Fi signal that you pay for every month. And you're going to pay for that thing whether you got a business or not, right? You're going to drive your car whether you got a business or not, right? You're going to pay your rent or mortgage whether you got a business or not, right? Start a home-based business, then all of those become tax-deductible expenses. Right? Cell phone, mortgage, internet, utilities. Right? All of the stuff that you're paying for right now become legal, legitimate, and ethical tax deductions if you're using them for business. Right? Give you an example. I stopped going to family functions a long time ago. Is it because I don't love my family? No. I just go to networking events where my family happen to be gathered. Because when I go to a networking event for business, the miles I drive to get there are tax deductible. You understand? I don't take my family on family vacations no more. Stopped doing that about 1.5 years ago. Why? Because family vacations are tax deductible. All of my family is in business with me, so we go on family business retreats. And we plan and we game plan, we plot, we strategize on how we're going to grow our family business. That's why you're here, because you're trying to figure out how to grow your family business, how to build your family empire from scratch, right? So that's why you need a business. Now, what kind of business should that be? Now, I'm a little biased, and here's the part where I pitch you on partnering with the young wealth builders. Why? Because we know the reason we don't have the capital to build a family empire is because we don't understand cash flow management. So when you partner with us, our business is financial education. We teach people the strategies that I'm teaching you right now, right? Your family needs to understand this before the family empire ever becomes a reality. If they don't understand money, you can build a family empire and somebody's just gonna set up a siphon to that family empire, and they're just gonna drain that money away from you and your family until it disappears, right? Ask all those ball players who got them high salaries for them 3 or 4 years that they were in the league. If you don't understand money, then you can build an empire, but somebody's gonna leech on to you and they're gonna suck you dry because you don't understand money. So the reason that we want you to partner with us is because now you get paid to help your family get this financial education. So you bring 10, 12, 15, 20 of your family members together at once and say, we're all gonna sign up for this program because we need the education. And that's gonna create income streams for you all. And as you're educating people on this, then you're gonna build revenue into the family. Residual, passive. What kind of revenue? When you partner with us, you can earn unlimited 25, 50, 500, and $1,000 bonuses over and over and over and over and over again through infinity, right? And that's on the passive side. And then you can start earning a residual income and leverage income over and over, all right? Some of you guys are here, want to build a family empire, and you don't even know what residual income is. You don't even know what leverage income is. That's why you need to partner with us in a financial education business that's going to train you on how the money game is played. Get your money game right first, then that's the foundation for you actually building your empire. Starts with capital. Capital starts in the mind. Get your mind right. Get educated on how the money game is really played, then you're able to attract money to you, the capital that you need. Now you build your empire from scratch. Now, some of you guys are maybe ready to tune off because you say, I knew it was coming. Some sort of pitch, he's gonna ask us for some money and all of that. Well, you kind of picking right. Because if you're going to build an empire, you gotta have some skin in the game. So for us, less than $200, you can partner with us and $35 a month. But guess what? After this, I'm gonna go through this last section and then I'm gonna show you the income potential and how you can make 5 figures in about 45 days with this. And then I'm gonna show you how you can do that for less than half of that. But you gotta stick around, right? You can start building a family empire from less than half of the normal $200 cost. But you gotta be ready to take action today. If you saw my post today, I said do 3 things. Share this information, try to get your family in a room so y'all can watch it together because that creates a mastermind effect, right? Then I said, share it with those that you can't physically communicate with, that you can't physically group up with. Maybe you got 3 or 4 family members in one state and the rest of y'all in another state. Share this broadcast with them so they can catch on at the end when we talk about how the money is made and how you can get your family empire started for less than half of what we normally charge. You still got time to share this with them. So share the broadcast on Facebook Live, share the link from the YouTube live stream. They still got time. I've got about another 30 minutes and I'm going to show you how the money is made and how you can literally build this empire while you're training your family, while you're training your children, while you're training your brothers, because the people that you're talking about building an empire with, if they don't also understand how money is made, they're going to bleed you dry from the inside because they don't understand the money game. All right, so hang out, and I'm going to show you how you can partner with us for less than half of what it normally costs. But then I want to show you how the money is actually made. So give me a second to do a sip of water. We're going to go over this third strategy, and then we're going to rock and roll. Some of you guys have already made your mind up that this dude know what he's talking about. I'm ready to link arms with him. If that's you, cool. Get back with the person who invited you to this webinar. If it was not me, chances are it was somebody on my team. And that means you're still going to be plugged into me. So don't be afraid. Get back with that person. Send them an instant message right now and say, dude, I'm tracking with y'all. I'm ready to partner with y'all, especially if he's talking about giving a half off discount, more than half off discount at the end of the presentation. So do that now so they can start preparing to bring you on board, and then we're going to rock and roll. I'm talking about starting building this empire today. I can put some money in your pocket by tomorrow if you're serious. All right. So that's strategy number 2. You got to get to a place where you develop business income because it gives you access to the tax code, the #1 wealth building tool in all the country, in all the world. Right? There's over 450 tax deductions available to home-based business owners. Why every working class person don't have a home-based business, I have no idea. The average person who partners with us and learns this stuff saves anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 each and every year. And then the final piece is investment in education. We teach you what to do with that $12,000 to $15,000 every year. And I can show you if you invested that $12,000 to $15,000 every year at a 12% rate of return, your money is going to double every 6 years. What would $15,000 do for you that was doubling every 6 years? This is what we're teaching. This is what you're paying to be a part of. And on top of that, we're going to teach you how to build a franchise out of this that will pay you and your whole family. Now you got the capital to build your family business, and you built the capital in that family empire from scratch. You didn't need a loan, right? You didn't need a grant. You built it from scratch because you got educated, right? Wealth begins in the mind. We're going to get you educated. And then we're going to put you on the right action steps, the right blueprint, the right game plan. They're going to help you build your family empire from scratch. Last but not least, investment education. That's the key. You want to get to a place where your money is constantly making money for you. Why? Because the philosophy of the person who's an investor is this: my money works, my money gets reinvested, and then my money makes more money. And then I pay virtually no taxes because most investors understand how to couple their investment with a business, so even the capital gains tax virtually disappears. That's why Donald Trump ain't showing y'all his tax returns, because they don't want the world to see that you can be a billionaire and pay 0 taxes. It's not that he did anything illegal or he did anything wrong. He did everything right. But if everybody knew how to play the game, then would nobody go to a job? Everybody have their own business because they know they wouldn't have to pay no taxes, right? So investment income, you got a couple ways to earn money. We talked a little bit about cap gains, dividends. That's when the ownership that you have in a company appreciates. They pay dividends. The capital gains, again, when you own stock in a company and that stock continues to rise or that company continues to do well, then you literally grow with that company. Your money grows with that company, right? I know of a company that I worked for, and when I began working for that company, stock was trading at about $40. Stock right now is trading at $140. That's what you need to understand, is how to systematically move from W-2 through a 1099 and ultimately get your money making money for you. Now, I don't know. Let me see. It looks like my Facebook End it. Let's try it again. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Let's welcome the Facebook Live folks back, man. I was tracking, man. I was going ham, as the young folks say, and my sons left me here by myself to fend for myself, and them jokers downstairs. They're supposed to be working, but I know how to fix that. So let's see if part 2 shows up. Give me 1 second, because I don't want them to miss this, guys. All right, so part 2 is back. And then I just need to share this again, so to let everybody else know that we jump back on with part 2. And then we're gonna roll right into it once again. So let's see, financial, there we go. And just let me share it real quick. Man, boy, y'all was just about to get it. Y'all was about to get it. All right, there we go. All right, so now let's finish up. Again, we're talking about building a family empire from scratch, but having to come up with a capital. Guys, it's all about capital. If you don't understand the money game, your money gonna continue to get away from you. I just showed you that basically with the money that you're making right now, you got the money that you need to build this family empire. But you're gonna have to get the family involved, because again, I can show you how to free up $1,000 a month. But if I showed you and 20 of your closest relatives, now that's $20,000 a month that you guys have freed up. Now you can do something with it. You can start making some moves with that. Plus, you get that financial education. Now you get educated on how the money game really works. Now you start knowing how to manipulate, move, and operate with that money, and you can literally take 20,000 and make it work for you as if you had 20 million. I'm gonna teach you all that kind of stuff, man. You gotta understand the basics first about how the money game works. And I talked to you about partnering with us and how you can do that. So I don't know where Facebook Live left off, but basically you can partner with us. It's normally $200 to do that. I'm gonna give you a discount of less than half of what that normally costs, but you gotta hang out to the end. And after this, I'm gonna go through this last little piece, and then I'm gonna show you how the money works, how you can really make money with this thing, and then, because that's just an added stream. Now, if you and 20 of your family members free up $1,000 a month, right, just by using the strategies, then I show you how to make another $1,000 a month. Now that's $40,000 a month coming into the family. You guys put that in the family pot. Then you can say, all right, let's jump in the real estate game. Let's go ahead and do the family restaurant we always wanted. Let's do the clothing line we always wanted to get started. It's all about the capital, guys. You freed up the capital. That's what we're talking about. Where does the capital come from in order for you to build that family empire? You have to actually build the capital from scratch. You ain't getting no loan. Ain't no inheritance coming. Stop playing the lottery. You wasting your freaking money. Right? Build your wealth from scratch. Funny thing about it is you can partner with a team of people that's doing it and understand how to do it. So not only do you have the system, the tools, the education, you have a guided tour to your wealth to help you build that family empire. Guys, as you can see, I get totally fired up when I'm talking about this stuff, man, because I'm looking for, I'll be honest with you, I'm looking for 5 or 6 families who really understand what I'm talking about. And you say, you know what? Between me and my immediate family, my brothers and sisters, we've got 10 other cousins that's gonna do this thing. I need 5 or 6 families, right? Because what you gotta understand is when it comes to us, we like to say that we can't come together as a collective community to do what we need to do. The reason that we keep saying that is because we're expecting everybody to do it. Understand something, guys. 5% of this world controls 95% of this world's resources. It don't take everybody, right? It don't take everybody. That's the prospect calling right now. We're on this webinar. See, it don't take everybody. It just takes a handful with the right mindset who understands the money game. And then we just pull everybody else along, right? We get them involved without them even knowing they're involved, right? That's what the bigger community does, right? We're involved in this thing, but we don't know we're involved. We do the same thing, guys, for our community. But it starts with understanding the money game so we can build the capital that we need in order to make the moves that we need to make. And all it takes is 3, 4, 5 families who are serious about this thing, and we can push this thing to a whole nother level. That's what I'm looking for, about 5 or 6 families who understand this, who are going to be just as committed to this as I am. You don't have to understand how to present like I do. That's where leverage comes in. All you have to do is be able to plug people into an event like this. When I do my live events, plug people into them. You don't have to worry about presenting. I got 1,000 videos out there on YouTube and Facebook. Tag your friends in those videos and say, hey, we're learning the money game. If you want to play with us, you got to learn the money game too. Here's where you start learning, right? All you got to do is learn how to leverage. Got all this technology, guys. You can build a family empire. But out of, from the investment space, man, the biggest investment that you can make is in yourself, guys. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. And I'm gonna say, it looks like there's 13 people tracking on Facebook Live. It was up to 25 or 26 at one point. It was up to 12 or so live on YouTube. I appreciate you giving me an investment of your time, but I'm hoping that you will take advantage of the information that I'm sharing. Now, you want to know what kind of income potential is available for you if you decide to come on board at less than half the normal cost and pay $35 a month for the tools, the education, the software, the training, everything that we provide. Then give me a second, because I'm going to show you exactly how you can make 5 figures as a family in the next 30 days. All right? If you got serious and you pulled your family together like I told you to, and y'all all sitting back watching this thing, you're saying, man, all of that is good, but how do you make money with it, right? How can I pull in the next 30 days 5 figures, 10, 12 grand, 15 grand? If I did something like that, that would really jumpstart our family legacy, right? Well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now. Because let's be clear, going into a business like this, understanding that just using strategy number 1 and strategy number 3 will make you a millionaire. But we're not going into business to be to invest our way into billions over 20 years, over 10 years, right? Not when we got the internet, not when we got Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. Those things are churning out millionaires by the day, right? So you can literally build your family empire in a lot less time than what most people think. So I'm going to show you something really quick from an income standpoint. And then I'm going to let you out of here, but I'm also going to give you that, let you know what that discount is going to be. It's going to be, you're going to be floored by how little it costs to really partner with us if you're serious. Now, I'm not giving this discount to anybody who ain't serious, all right? This is only for, like I said, looking for 5, maybe 6 families. And if you're not sure, get back with the person who shared this. So if you saw this on, for instance, Mono's Money page, then she's a teammate of ours. You can go send her a message right now and say, you know what, I'm tracking with y'all live. I'm just waiting to see how the money thing is worked out, what the income potential is, but I want to partner with you. And she's going to get prepared to get you started. Maybe you've seen it on my other partner's page, Let's Talk About Money. So wherever you've seen it at, you're still going to be plugged into us. So understand that. And I'm going to give you this discount code in a second and let you know how that's going to play out. But give me a second to draw this stuff out, man. I want you to really know that this is a serious opportunity. I'm on this pay and then commission. All right, so give me 1 second to draw this out really quick. So you got 1, 3, 5, 7. I mean, when I originally put this together, I thought about doing screen share, but I don't want to jump to a screen share because I can't screen share for my Facebook Live people. So Facebook is gonna have to get it together with that live thing. It's cool and all, but they add screen share, and for me to be able to have guests and partners on, that'd be super cool, right? Let me see. It looks like something is frozen. Come on, Jihad. Did your battery run out on me? See your phone. It did. All right, come on, I'm gonna need your phone because I want Facebook Live to see this, guys. Check to see if your phone died on me, man. Your little cheap phone, bro. What's up with that? Yeah, grab your phone for me so I can jump back on Facebook Live really quickly. Bear with me, guys. I appreciate it. I'm just gonna go off camera real quick so I can go ahead and concentrate on drawing these numbers out. I'll be right back. So you guys can take a water break real quick. So 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 1, 8. Yeah, go ahead, log in the Financial Health Mentor and go live real quick. So I should be able to get this done in about 20 minutes or so. Yeah. Yeah, I need to go live now. Go ahead. Feed Jihad, you got to turn it over. Jihad, put that on the tripod for me. And then just put part 3 as your description. Part 3, building family empire from scratch.
Where?
1, 2.
No, you would type this in, right?
Yes. 18, 7, 5.
Scratch. This is right there.
Yeah. Wait a minute, let me do it.
Okay, absolutely.
All right, so give me a second to finish these numbers up, and then you can go live there. 50, 600, 700. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You ready to get live?
Yeah. All right, good people. I am back. Hopefully you had a quick little water break and that you're tracking. Now, just listen to me as I explain these numbers. You may not be able to see them all that well. I'm gonna have to get me a bigger board, it looks like. But the way our system pays out is you get a referral bonus every time you refer someone into our financial success membership. Now, the cool thing about me and my team is that we're going to teach you and your family how to build a financial education franchise, complete with website, complete with YouTube, Facebook, YouTube channel, Facebook fan page, personalized, personal branding, coaching, mentorship. We got you covered on all of those angles. We just need you to be serious and be willing to plug in. So give me 1 second. Let me pull this back up as well. Okay, guys, I see that some of you guys are messaging me already that you're ready to rock and roll. But let me do this as well so that everybody understands what they're really getting their hands on. All right. Nope, that's part 2. That's part 1. Let me make sure that we are live from all right, guys, so here's the deal. Just understand this, and then when you get with the person who shared this webinar with you, then they can definitely break these numbers down for you so that you can understand them a little bit more clearly. But I'm just trying to get you to see the income potential from partnering with us and how this could be your capital source. Because again, if you do this right, this is upfront income, passive income or leveraged income, and residual incomes. Because you're talking about building that family empire. At some point, even once you got the capital thing squared away, you're going to have to put some time into that thing. So actually building the empire, whether it's real estate, whether it's the clothing brand, whether it's the restaurant, somebody has to be physically there to run that stuff. And you can't do that when you're working a job too. So we're building it this way because it gives you the capital for your empire in a leveraged and residual way, plus upfront money so that it can overrun your income on your job. And now you get a $10,000 a month residual income. Now you walk away from your job and you can be more hands-on on the actual physical building of your empire while you got the capital. So what this is basically saying is that if you got to the level of executive vice president with our financial success membership, all that requires is for you to come on board yourself. Again, I got the discount, it'll be less than $100. And I'm just gonna let the cat out of it. Less than $100, you can come on board and join our team and get the education, the system, the tools, the personal branding, the mentorship, how to really build this thing online, offline, how to set everything up, less than $100, right? But here's the deal. To become an executive vice president, you have to come on board yourself, and then you have to bring on at least 2 people, right? So you come on board yourself and you introduce a financial success membership to 2 people. That makes you executive vice president. The third person that you introduce this concept to opens up what you call your base shop. All of the magic for us is in the base shop, because every time 7 people hit your base shop, you get a $500 to $1,000 builder bonus over and over and over every time that number hits 7. So what does that look like? We're talking about building a family empire here, right? So what that simply means is you can bring your family of, let's say you got 30 of your family members together. You show them this, you plug them into an event like this, or maybe we did a private webinar just for you and your family. And out of those 30, 16 people said, yes, I want to do this. All right. So you can make this happen. Say maybe you sign up Big Mama and Big Dad, right? The matriarch and the patriarch of the family, because we're talking about a family business, right? We're not talking about being selfish. So maybe you sign up whoever the head of your family is, even if you have to pay for them. Don't worry about that, because you're building a family empire. You're building a legacy. And guess what? They shouldn't have to pay for themselves. They shouldn't have to be expected to do anything, because they've already done enough. Don't you think? So here's a way that you can pay it back to them, right? So you got Big Mama and Big Dad signed up to get this thing started. And then once you plug 30 of your family members in, 16 of them say, yep, I see it. I want to get rolling with it. I'm going to go ahead and pay the full cost, whatever it costs, and we're going to build this as a family. If you did that, those 16 people will put a $1,400 check in the hands of Big Mama and Big Dad, right? That's what we're talking about. Those 16 people, we're going to teach, train, and educate them on how to plug their people, their peers, their friends, their neighbors, their co-workers, whoever, plug them into events like this, and we're going to encourage them to build this thing with a sense of urgency and with a little bit of aggression, and they're going to go and double that number, because they're all going to bring in 2 people each. Why? Because they want to get the same $1,400 check that Big Mama and Big Daddy did. So when that happens, you got 32 people, that's going to get another $3,300 check to Big Mama and Big Daddy, right? You're paying it back while at the same time they're building the business, they're building income, passive and residually. And then we just keep this thing going. And when it gets to 256 people, we're talking about $49,000 for Big Mama and Big Dad, right? From there, you say, you know what? That was our way of paying them back for everything they did, everything they've done. Because we know Big Mama and Big Daddy that took care of kids that they didn't give birth to. We know they helped put kids through college that they didn't give birth to. We know kids that lived in their house for generations that they didn't give birth to, taking care of grandbabies, great-grandchildren, all of that. We're talking about paying it forward. Now, what we do from there is we do the same thing under the next person in the family. This still grows for Big Mama and Big Daddy. So now you're educating them on the financial education piece, and you're saying, okay, you've got this money coming in. What do we do to make this grow so that your retirement continues to stay where it is, so that you can travel the world, so your money is growing, right? That's what we're about. She forgot to turn her ringer off. So understand this. So this is the income potential that you can literally have when you partner with us, and we show you how to set all of this up and get this going immediately. Immediately. If you build it as a family, I would be willing to sit down with, coach, educate, and present to your family on the actual financial education system. And then those who say, you know what, this is good, we need this education as a family, we also can use this extra income from building it together, let's do it. And then I will train them on how to set everything up so they create a system that runs on autopilot for introducing people to what it is that we're doing. And all you have to do is be seriously committed, and you can come on board for less than half of what we normally charge. So I'm gonna go through these numbers really quickly so you can just get an idea of what our compensation plan is and why it's so aggressively. Again, what we are offering people is a financial success membership. What they get with that membership is the education, the tools, the system, and the training to get more from the money that they already make, They have a home-based business where they're trained on how to take advantage of the tax code to build wealth, and they're trained on how to invest those 4 streams of income to ultimately create 5 streams, right? You get your money back from Uncle Sam, you get your money back from the banks, you get your money back from big business, you run this system and you understand how to make those $25, $50, $500, and $1,000 commissions. That's 4 streams of income. We teach you how to go contact someone like Fidelity, Vanguard, T. Rowe Price, get a wholesale rate of return on your money. Now you're getting investment income. That's 5 streams. That's the capital that you need to build your family empire from scratch, right? Then we go from that place to running these numbers. So here's what it potentially looks like. You hit executive vice president, and the first person in your base shop goes out and sells 2 financial success memberships. You're going to get a $50 commission on that. You're not going to hit the builder bonus because it takes 7 for you to get there. So builder bonus pay is 0. You get $50 in total commission. Whoop-de-doo. But this thing is just starting. That's day 1. And we told people that if you want to build this thing, you build it as a family. You go bring on 2 of your family members. Now that's 4. That gives you $100 in fast start bonuses. You'll hit the builder bonus 1 time. That's $500. So 100 plus 500 equals $600 on day 3. Day 5, we asked them 4 people to do the same thing. Now it's up to 8 people. You're gonna get a $200 fast start bonus. You're gonna hit the bonus. You're gonna get $200 in fast start money. You're gonna hit the builder bonus 1 more time, and that's gonna be a $500 check plus the 200. Now that's $700. That's on day 5. Day 7, it just continues to double. 16, $400 builder, $400 fast start bonus. You hit the bonus twice. The bonus is $500 to $1,000 every time 7 people hit your base shop. Now you got $1,000 plus the 4, $1,400, and that's on day 7. Day 9, it doubles to 32. 32, you get a $25 override, so that's $800. You hit the bonus 5 times. Now that's $2,500 plus $800, $3,300. That's all on day 9. Day 11, it doubles 1 more time at 64. 64, you're gonna get $1,600 in fast start. Hit the bonus 9 times. That's $4,500 plus the $1,600, $6,100. We're gonna play this thing out 2 more times. Day 13, it doubles to 128. That's $3,200 in fast start dollars. Hit the bonus 18 times. That's $9,000 plus $3,200 for $12,200 on day 13. Day 15, it doubles 1 more time to 256. We're talking about $6,400 in fast start money. You'll hit the bonus 37 times. That's $18,000 plus the 64. You'll get $24,900. When you add up all of the commissions for day 15, that's $49,250, right? Now let's be real. I'm not saying that you guys are naive enough to believe that that's going to play out just like that. But if you did that and it took you, instead of 15 days, it took you 60 days. Is $50,000 in 60 days still cool? Is that still cool with anybody? Facebook Live? Right? What if it took you 90 days? Is $50,000 in 90 days still cool? All right, we're talking about building this thing as a family because we know building a family empire, you're going to need capital. Right? Capital wealth starts in the mind. You have to get with somebody, whether it's us, whether it's somebody else. You have to understand how the money game is played, or you'll never build an empire. If you do build an empire and you don't understand how the money game is played, it's going to eventually crumble, because those who understand the money game know how to siphon that money from you and drain out that empire. So I want you to understand how the money game is played. So you create capital just by using our strategies. You create a second stream of capital by understanding how to put this together as a business. So I like to say it like this. What is the first thing that you do when you find yourself in a hole? You stop digging, right? So using our strategies is you stop digging. You stop letting your money get away from you. You go and you focus on cash flow management. That's to stop digging. What's the second thing that you do when you find yourself in the hole? You start climbing, right? Using this as a business to create and bring in extra income, that's you starting to climb. So now you get your capital together that much faster. And then what do you do to keep yourself from falling into another hole? Then you make provisions. Maybe you cover the hole up. Maybe you fill the hole in. Well, that's where the investment income piece comes in, because now you protect the empire based on having your money work for you. Guys, that's my time. If you want to partner with us, I'm going to give you a phone number to call. Let's do this. Instead of calling, let's do a text. If you are serious and you want to get started and you're waiting to know how much it's going to cost you to get started, it's going to cost you about $70. If you like what you see, even though you don't understand everything, you say, you know what, that just makes too much sense. I'm ready to go. I'm willing to invest $70 to get my family empire started. I want you to get back with the person who invited you here, right? Whoever that was that invited you here is probably one of my teammates. So get back with them and say, I'm ready to get started. Let me know how I get my hands on that coupon code so that I can get started at the $70 mark, right? If you were not invited by someone on my team, I don't know what to tell you. You may have to pay $120 to get started, which is still nothing to start building a family empire, right? But everybody on my team understands what we're doing, the growth that we're experiencing. So we're trying to make this thing feasible for people to start building that family empire. If you were invited by me, H Cortez, Financial Health Mentor, then I want you to text your name and the word coupon. Your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887. And I'll get you that coupon code to get you started for $70. And then I will get with you on when we can get your family together and start running this game plan, get you set up. So if you, again, if you're on, you invited by me, I want you to text your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887. And I'm going to grab that text message and I'm going to send you a coupon code for you to get started at $70. All right. So that's what we're going to do. You can't beat that for the system, the education, the training that you're going to get. I'm an internet marketing coach. I've been branding and marketing online for about 7 years. That's just an added bonus, because if you were to hire me to help you build a brand online, it costs you about $1,000 a month. But you get that by joining me on my team. And even if you're on another team members of mine, I train everybody the same way, right? So again, text the word, your name, and the word coupon to 314-874-6887 if you're serious and you're ready to start building your family empire right now, and we're going to get you rocking and rolling. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Come on, guys, you got to do this while the live stream is going on. Otherwise, I don't know. I won't be doing this if you're catching the replay. This is for the live stream only. All righty. I got a 617 area code, but you didn't text your name. Text your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887 if you were invited by me. If you were invited by one of my teammates, look at the page that you're seeing this on. If you're on Facebook Live, look at the page that you're seeing it on and send a message to that person. Say, you know what, I want in, but I need that $70 code. Money's tight for me right now, but I can do it at that price. And I understand I'm not going to be able to get in if I'm catching a replay. Text or instant message that person right now. Tell them that you heard H Cortez say that we can make this happen right now at the $70 mark, right? All right, so I got a 314, got your name, got your coupon. I'm gonna get that to you in 1 second, guys. I'm gonna hang out for another 10 minutes or so. If you're tracking on Facebook Live and you were invited by me, text your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887, and I'm going to get you started at that $70 price, right? If you are invited by one of my team members, send them an instant message and say, you know what, H Cortez says you're going to bring me on at $70, and we're going to work it out and get you that coupon. Because when I talk about building this as a family, think about it. This is Big Mama. Now, Big Mama might not even understand this, but you're going to bless Big Mama's socks off, right? I promise you. She might not even understand this, but say, Big Mama, I'm going to get you going. I'm going to pay for it. I'm going to pay for the $35 a month. But because you have been Big Mama and done everything for us, the rest of the family has gotten together, and we're going to build this family empire together, but we're going to build it under you, right? Yes, I told you you had to bring 2 people on to get $25 for each of those 2 people. 25. Third person you bring on, you get a $50 for each person that you bring on personally. And the way you run this to $50,000 is the next family member that comes on, you're going to put them down like this. And you're going to keep running the family members down like this. All of this revenue is going to start, it's going to flow up to Big Mama first, right? Once we get Big Mama a nice piece of change, then we're going to take the next person and we're going to help them do the same thing, right? And then we're going to run the traffic and the revenue to these people, and we're going to help that next person. We're going to run $50,000 through that next person's hand. And guess what? They're going to clean up their debt. They're going to put themselves in position, get their investments going. And guess what? We're talking about 10, 15, 20 family members who got their money right. On top of that, they got their head on straight financially. And they say, you know what? I got $10,000 a month to build a family restaurant. I got $10,000 a month that we can put to the side and start saving to get that plot of land and build our first ever family hotel. Right? I got $10,000 a month. 10 of y'all got $10,000 a month because you got your money game on and because you come together as a family, no petty differences. And a lot of times, let's be honest, those petty differences that come from stress, come from the lack of money, right? But everybody got their money right. Everybody's good. Everybody's thinking straight. I got $10,000 a month and it's 10 of y'all. We're going to do a clothing brand, but we're going to do it right. Nothing wrong with people who are building clothing brands from scratch and don't have the capital. But when you got $10,000 a month, you can jump out there with a clothing brand and it will be right ready to compete with the big boys out of the gate. So if you're serious, I want you to text your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887. But only if you're serious. I don't have time for games, man. My time is the most valuable asset that I own right now. And given the fact that I don't know how much of it I have left, the last thing I'm ever going to do is let anybody waste any of it. And guess what? I value your time just the same. So I'm not going to waste any of your time. If I couldn't help you build a family empire using this system, I wouldn't be on this webinar encouraging you to partner with the Young Wealth Builders. So again, text your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887 if you were invited by me personally. If you saw this video, if you're watching this live on somebody else's page, send that person a private message saying, hey, H Cortez said he's live. He said, as long as I give you a message while we're live, you're going to let me come on board for $70, right? And they'll get you the coupon code that you need to bring you on board. So let's see. I know I've got a couple text messages. We're at about a 7-minute mark. Unfortunately, I can't put a timer up on this thing, or I'll let you know. We're gonna wind this thing down because we've been hanging out long enough. I appreciate you guys checking with me, but if you are serious and you want to start building a family empire, it starts with cash flow management. You need education. You need a system to help you get your cash flow right. You're gonna need the tools to help you execute this game plan. That's what we bring to the table. We bring the tools, the software, the system to help you execute the game plan, right? And then we teach you how to build this as your own independent financial education franchise so that you can start developing business income as well as taking advantage of the tax code, all the write-offs that you get as a home-based business owner. And then finally, we teach you investment education where you can go get double-digit rates of return for your money. I know that's foreign to some of you guys, and you're thinking the most you can get is 3.5% on a CD. Most you can get is 5% on a CD. I can get 2% on a money market account, right? That's what some of you guys are thinking. But I'm telling you, check my track record. Go look at some of the shows that I've done on this YouTube channel before. I've gone into live and showed you how you can go and find investments where the rate of return is double digit. On my show on Thursday, I showed that you can go to Vanguard and we showed a fund that was tracking at 10% since 1970. So we teach you all of this stuff. You got to understand the money game if you're serious about building a family empire. Again, if you were invited by me, then text your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887. And I will get you that coupon code here shortly as soon as we jump off the air live so that we can get you up and running so you can start building that family empire. Guys, it's got to start somewhere. Somebody has got to make some sacrifices. Somebody has got to be the first person to get this thing going so they can build it and help everybody else come on board. Somebody's got to trust it enough to make a move so that you can introduce it to the rest of the family. That person could be you. All right. So if you are seeing this on the replay, you can try texting that word coupon and see what happens. I cannot guarantee you that you'll be able to come on board at that price. I can guarantee you that you can come on board at $120. That's still less than the $200 that it takes, right? It's still less than the $200, but it's not as sweet as $70. So last 2 minutes, guys, if you are serious and you want to build this family empire, let's see, somebody said that my Facebook Live is gone. Let's see. All right, give me 1 second because Facebook Live didn't get the special offer, man. Sorry about that because your phone had rang. So let me jump back on real quick. All right, give me 1 second, and I'll be right with you guys. Building a family empire. Special offer. All right, guys. So I'm gonna extend it because I didn't realize that Facebook Live had shut down on me. So let me give those guys a few minutes to jump back on because I want to make sure that they get the special offer. So just 1 second. All right, Facebook Live, I understand that you guys got kicked off for the 3rd time. I apologize. My family had a lot of stuff going on, moved the kid into college and all that kind of stuff this week. So I usually have my team helping me with a lot of this stuff. So I got 2 different recording devices going on, got a phone, tablet. But if you are serious, and if you've been following the how to build a family empire from scratch, and you've been trekking with us on and off, you know that I share with you how you can free up $1,000 a month to start building that family empire. I showed you how you can partner with the young wealth builders in a financial education business of your own, and I told you that I would let you know how you can do that for less than half of what it would normally cost. So if you were invited by me, then I want you to text the word coupon and your name to 314-874-6887. And we're bringing people on right now through the duration of this live cast for $70, right? I've got a $50 coupon code that's going to allow you is there. You could literally make 5 figures in the next 30 to 45 days, especially if you bring your family and get everybody involved. This thing will take you guys to another level. I promise you. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. It's done the same thing for my family. And I just started with my immediate family. Now all my in-laws and my extended family are seeing how this thing really works, and we are putting people in a position to build a family empire. Now, if you are seeing this on somebody else's page, one of my teammates told you to come check out this live cast, then I want you to send them a message and say, hey, H Cortez said that you're going to be able to come on board for $70. All right, let them know you're ready. You see what we're doing, you want to be a part of it, you're going to get your family involved, and they'll let you come on board for $70, right? So let them know. So another 5 more minutes. So Facebook Live, I apologize that you guys got kicked out. Hopefully you saw everything that we were able to draw out, and you understand not only is this a powerful system for an individual to free up their money to get themselves out of debt, but how you can use this as a catalyst to jumpstart the building of your family empire. So again, if you were invited by someone on my team, if you're watching this on somebody else's page, somebody shared this video with you, then I want you to send them a private message right now and say, tell me how I get that code to come on board for the $70. I want to come on board. I want to get the training for myself. I want to get the education. I want the business system so I can teach my family and bring them on board so we can start building this family empire. Send them that message right now. 3 more minutes, guys, and I'm going to have to jump off because I've got some text messages here, so I got to get these people going. You know, that's what it is. I think if you watch the entire presentation, it's self-explanatory. If you come on board at the $70 and you do not like what you see, you got 3 days to cancel and get your $70 back. So maybe you just say, okay, I'm gonna take a chance. Let me give the $70. Let me get these people on the phone. Let me talk to them. Let me see what kind of system they have in place. And if you don't think we can do what we promised, then all you have to do is hit cancel and you get your money refunded. The $70 goes back to your card, and you continue to look until you find the right system that's going to help you build your family empire. So, but if you were invited by me, I want you to text your name and the word coupon to 874-6887. If you were invited by me personally, if you're seeing this on my page, Financial Health Mentor on Facebook, if you're on my YouTube channel and you were invited by me and not somebody else on my team, then text me directly and I'm going to get you that code and get you started in the next 4 minutes. So guys, 4 minutes, I'm going to start the timer on my phone. And then that's just what it's got to be, because I got to get off and get these people rocking and rolling, guys. Again, I appreciate that you invested the time to come and at least learn about what it is that we're doing, because that's where it begins. Again, knowledge begins in the mind. So when you have the mindset of wealthy people, you start thinking like wealthy people, you start behaving like wealthy people. Wealthy people all own business systems, right? They don't really own or run a business. They own business systems that literally run themselves. So that's what you have to understand. You have the opportunity to get your hands on is a business system. So again, if you were invited by me personally, text your name, the word coupon, to 314-874-6887. Again, you got 3 days to see if we can deliver on the promises that we told you. And if you don't think we're going to be able to hit those promises, you cancel, get your $70 back. So text your name, the word coupon, to 314-874-6887, and I'll get you started in the next 3 minutes or so. If you saw this on somebody else's page, one of my team members' page, send them a private message. Text them if you have their number. Call them and say, H Cortez said you guys are bringing people on board the Young Wealth Builders team at $70. I want to partner with you, and they will help you get on board so you can start building your family empire from scratch. It's all about understanding the money game, guys. You've got to know how money game is played here in America. Otherwise, you'll never, ever, 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 ever be able to play to win if you don't really understand how the game is played. So we want to help you understand how the money game is played so you can free up the capital that you need to really start building the family empire that you desire. But again, it has to be built from scratch. Some of you guys have some excellent business ideas. Some of you guys have some great business plans, and you're waiting on financing. You're waiting on investors. You're waiting on someone to come and help you with the capital. I'm here to tell you guys, you're gonna have to build it from scratch, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Other thing about building it from scratch, you would maintain 100% ownership, right? Sometimes you bring on an investor, they're gonna want part ownership. So build your empire from scratch. Last time, guys, text your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887 if you were invited by me, or you're seeing this on my fan page, Financial Health Mentor. If this was shared to one of my teammates' page, then I want you to send them a private message or inbox them, call them, text them, and say, you know what, the guy said that I can get come on board at $70. Then I want you to do that and let them know that you watch the live stream to the end. You understand what's going on. You want to come on board at $70. You understand that you have a 3-day cancellation privilege, that if you don't feel, after talking to us, after you get registered, that we can deliver on our promises, then you can cancel in 3 days and you get your money back. All right, so that's it, guys. Again, I've got some text messages that I've got to address, so I don't want to waste any more of their time, because I'm sure they're equally as excited as I am to come on board. So I'm going to go ahead and get these people registered. Again, I appreciate you sticking us out to the end. Hopefully, if you're watching this portion now and you didn't see the rest of it, go to financialhealthmentor.com, go to Financial Health Mentor on Facebook, or better yet, go to my channel on YouTube, because the entire thing was streamed on YouTube without interruption. So you can see the full presentation on YouTube without interruption. And then let's do this. Because we had some interruptions on Facebook, if you see this, we're gonna run this special until midnight tonight. Let's do it like that, team. Midnight tonight. If you text your name and the word coupon to 314-874-6887, if you were invited by me, or if you message anybody on the team and say that you finally got to watch the full presentation on YouTube, you understand what's going on, you get back with the person who told you to get on this webinar. If you get with them before midnight tonight, we will honor the coupon and let you come on board for $70. Again, I'm your main man, H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. It has been an honor, a privilege, and a pleasure to present this information to you. I'm looking forward to the family empires that we're going to build and help you create. And I can't wait to partner with you guys on some other projects. So until I talk to you in the next live webinar, the live webcast, the live meeting, the live seminar, wherever you may find me, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Peace.